Hi everyone, it's Julia, and today I'm going to be giving 3 book reviews on the books I've read so far in my sophomore year. The first book I read was The Closest I've Come by Fred Aceves. It's about a boy named Marcos that has a crush on someone of a different race and social class. It also talks about his abusive stepfather, inattentive mom, and the class in school he's put into in hopes that he'll get his grades up. Amy is Marcos' crush. She's white and lives in a higher income family than Marcos. When a white girl waved at Marcos and his Hispanic friends when they were playing basketball, Marcos used this opportunity to figure out how they feel about dating white people. He asked, "What would you do if you liked a girl like that?" And they responded with, "That wouldn't happen," or "That's not possible." So he never told them about Amy. Marcos' mom is dating an abusive man. She feeds Marcos, but they always have the same short, vague conversation when eating dinner. A quote that inadvertently showed how much she doesn't care about Marcos was, "You're supposed to tell me to open the blinds because the sun is up." To give context, that's what Marcos yelled to his mom to say, "You don't care about me." Marcos didn't care about his grades, so he got put in a class where other students with low grades were taught how to study. This book is worth a read. And even though I liked this book, it was too easy to read. I prefer books that contain some words and phrases I don't already understand, so I recommend middle schoolers read this. The second book I read was A Tale for the Time Being by Ruth Ozeki. It's about a lady named Ruth that found a diary written by a 16-year-old girl named Now by the seashore. She reads it day by day at the same pace Now writes. The diary covers Now's challenges when her and her family moved to Japan from California. Kids at her school bully her, her dad struggles with depression, and she documents her great-grandmother Jiko's life as a Buddhist nun in the mountain while imitating all the daily practices she does, even though she doesn't regularly practice Buddhism at home. Ruth tries to figure out what caused the lunchbox to drift from Japan, as well as if Now and her dad are still alive 20 years later. The only problem I have with this book is that Now's last entry was rushed. I recommend this book to high schoolers because of how difficult it was to read. The third and last book I'll be talking about is How We Fall Apart by Katie Zhao. It's a murder mystery figuring out who killed Jamie, the valedictorian and captain of the volleyball team. Nancy, the main character, used to be bullied by Jamie. She would make fun of her mom for being the cleaner of Jamie's house, got dragged into Jamie's schemes to ruin people's lives because if she didn't, she would probably be the victim of one, and was only friends with her to be on her good side since she was so scared of Jamie coming for her. The 4 suspects were people Jamie used to be friends with, and the whole time, the 4 friends are trying to figure out who the proctor is so that their secrets don't get revealed by the proctor one by one to the whole school via an app called TipTap, a social media app where students post thoughts or confessions anonymously. There was never a dull moment in this book. Every page contributed to the plot, unlike the other 2 books. Skip to this timestamp if you don't want to hear the ending. I didn't like how the ending wasn't one of the friends. It had a twist no one could predict, so I wasn't impressed by it. I recommend this book to middle schoolers because I could understand every word. My favorite book was A Tale for the Time Being because the scenes I envisioned in my head were the prettiest. Ruth did a good job using imagery. The other authors didn't go as in-depth into the scenery their characters were in. Skip to this timestamp if you don't want parts to be spoiled. Four sceneries Ruth explained perfectly were an aquarium where stressed moms would sit in front of after work, a crowded Chinatown in the evening where Colette took Now to go shopping for a wig, many steps on a foggy mountain Now and her dad climbed up to get to Jiko's temple, and Jiko writing live on a banner in calligraphy before her death. Impressively, the peace the room was described to have made me zen. The last thing I have to say about this book is that I anticipated the ending more than the other books because of what Ruth was trying to figure out. I have more books on my to-read list, so I hope they're just as good as these books. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!